right, so we're back with our Ask the Coaches interview where Caroline and I ask each other 3 questions. We give like a one-word answer, yes, no, this, that, whatever. And then like we each have the chance to elaborate on those answers a little bit. I think you asked me questions first last time, so I'll ask you questions first.
Here we go.
This time. You ready?
I'm ready.
You sure?
I don't know.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
Oh man, I wrote down a couple good ones. Do you need an epic training day?
Yes.
Interesting.
We're getting into force.
How young is too young to do an Ironman? Wait. Can you be, knowing that the minimum age to sign up is 18, can you be too young to do an Ironman?
No.
Yeah, of course not. Is the Ironman 17-hour cutoff too easy?
No.
I'm trying to ask her things that are going to be more like hot takes, so she has to piss somebody off.
Goes against all my instincts.
Yeah.
The first question was...
Should you have an epic training day?
Yeah. So I think yes. I think... I guess it depends on what you mean by epic. But in general, I always feel really good when I get to the start line of a big race and I think back to this crazy workout that I finished that like really psyched me up and like I nailed this workout, be it a really long bike ride or a crazy run or whatever. Those make me feel like I can do it when I get to the day of. But you seemed like you were going to disagree.
Yeah, in my mind, I had the idea of like a 4K swim immediately into like a 5-hour bike ride, but then like a run off the bike, which I totally disagree with.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you're thinking like the long ride into that like 10-mile run, yeah, that's great. I guess that's epic.
Or just like anything that felt epic to you, like that in the accomplishment of it, you were like, and now I know I can do it. Like, cause I think in every build we have a workout like that where you're like, that was it, I'm ready.
I guess so, yeah.
Or any good race, I felt that way for sure.
I think I just take more confidence, and I want like my athletes to take more confidence from the day to day.
That is your style.
Work hard every day, a little bit better, a little bit better, a little bit better.
Yeah.
Like these epic, even if you do this epic day of like 4K, 100 miles, 10K run, like, I don't know, why?
But then like, so Brian did 4 22-mile runs in advance of his marathon. I feel like that fits into my mentality of like, you have those specific workouts that make you feel like, oh, if I can do this, I can do anything.
That's just wanting to run under 3 hours. That's just work that's required.
I don't know. I've never run under 3 hours, but I've never built that many super long runs together. I just think it's like a confidence thing, having those like big workouts.
Yeah, I get that.
Confidence thing.
I get that.
Okay, so what's next?
Can you be too young? Is 18 too young to do an Ironman?
So I think my style, and I've said it before, has always been I like progressing. So if it was me, and I had started doing triathlons when I was 18, and I guess I was technically on Notre Dame's triathlon club when I was 18, but we didn't like compete. But if I had been competing, I would have wanted to start at sprints and do a couple of sprints. And that's how I did my actual triathlons. So part of me feels like doing an Ironman in your first season of doing triathlons feels early. But if you are prepared, you're just as healthy and capable as anyone out there at 18 years old.
Yeah, healthier than most.
Yeah, exactly, like healthier than the average. It's just that it's an expensive sport. So like, do you have the money to be getting involved in it, or are you like going into debt to do it? If that's the case, obviously don't go into debt to do anything.
Says the accountant.
Yes. Our budget. But yeah, what do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, you're certainly physically capable of it. Like, you're probably going to get burnt out, or like your longevity in the sport isn't going to be there. But like, and if I was progressing you as a triathlete from a coaching standpoint, I would want you to focus on short distance and like build your speed while you're young enough to build your speed. Like
Yeah.
in your 30s, like I can't build my maybe like a little bit of my top end, but not like 18.
Yeah.
And so like I would guide you that way, but like yeah, if you want to do an Ironman when you're 18, you're more qualified than the 50-something-year-old dude or the 60-year-old
heart
or
condition.
whatever. Yeah, like you're way better off.
Yeah, totally.
So
I agree. The
it
controversy.
gets like I don't understand why people get so upset. Like you're too young for an Ironman. Like thank you, 55-year-old man.
Yeah, doing 17 hours to get to the next
Yeah,
argument.
yeah, totally. Yeah.
I think that, like there are a lot of people who are out there taking a long time. And I think there are people who take a long time for real reasons. Like you and I have seen people in races who are like amputees.
Yes,
or
amazing.
like people who are like 90 years old.
Yeah.
And by those standards, 17 hours is a hard effort for them. Like them doing that is a huge accomplishment.
Yeah,
like,
don't answer this yet. This is the next question.
But we're moving on to it.
Let me ask it again.
Okay.
Is 17 hours too easy?
So again,
And now just keep going.
keep doing what you're doing. I think that there's like a lot of people who aren't trying and who like the goal is just to be kind of moving slowly through the day. And on the one hand, what do I care?
Yeah, right. Who cares?
Be slow
Do
all
whatever
day.
you want to do. Yeah.
If this is fun for you, then that's fine. But there's also then the side of me that's saying the people who are out there at no point trying, and in theory having not really trained, they're putting other people at risk all day. In the swim, they might be occupying a lifeguard's time, and that's unfair.
That's unfair.
On the bike, what if someone has like a real heart condition? Like, or what if that 18-year-old boy has never done an open water swim and now like has a panic attack or something? Like, he was healthy otherwise, but because someone didn't train, like things like that make me upset. And then, like on the bike, if you aren't trying, you might taking notes. On the bike, if you hadn't ever trained or didn't try, you might hit someone else or like veer off course and crash. Yeah, like you could be putting other people in danger in that situation. I don't really know what harm it does for you to not be fit enough on the run, but it's just bad for you. Is this fun for you? The course now needs to stay open later because you didn't try.
Yeah, I think it annoys. I think like the bucket list thing annoys me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like I view this as a sport, right? Because it is a sport. I don't view it as this like one check the box thing and then I'm out. Like this is clearly our life, right? So it annoys me when it's like, people will literally pace themselves to be the last finisher.
That's what's bad.
To get applause. Like, yeah, you did it.
Yeah.
You did. And it's hard. It's hard.
Yeah.
But, I don't know, like, you're not trying your best.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, you didn't try your best in the training. You didn't try your best in the race. And I just don't have a lot of respect for that.
Yeah. And we had a friend who said, because you and I have talked about it before, of like, maybe they're in worse pain than we are finishing in 17 hours. But yeah, we had a friend who said to us, after doing a really long race, very slowly, he's not in a ton of pain. Because like the effort's just so different.
Yeah.
You're probably exhausted.
The faster you go, the harder it is.
Yeah.
It is true. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
So no. The answer is no. Who cares what the cutoff is? The cutoff doesn't affect me. I don't care what, you know what I mean? Like, I don't care. If you want to go 17 hours, go 17 hours. Make sure you thank the volunteers that are out there staying up late for your ass.
Yeah.
But like, yeah. And it's, again, like, people have done remarkable things. Yeah. Like, finishing an Ironman is remarkable. Like, and if you have one leg, even more so.
Yeah.
Right? Gosh. Like, I can't even imagine. Like, I even for you who's diabetic, like, I would have just quit. I would have just... Like, I would have taken up smoking cigars and scotch. Like, I would have just quit.
Yeah. But I think that's a good point, too. As long as you're out there trying your best and you trained your best, I don't care how long it takes you.
I have so much respect for that. But just, why is, like...
Yeah, don't pace yourself to 17 hours.
Yeah, do your best.
Do your actual
best. Why would anybody not want to try hard?
Yeah. Why do you want to be last?
Yeah, why do you want to be last? It's a race.
Yeah. All right, was that it? That was your questions?
That was 3. Yeah.
Okay. Then I'm up. I'm torn on which ones I want to ask you about.
Oh, boy.
For beginners, Ironman Maryland or Ironman Lake Placid?
Most people choose Maryland. 2 of my athletes have recently chose Maryland.
So is that what you're saying? Because this is a yes or no question.
Oh, shit. Placid.
Okay. Ben says Placid. Ironman in a new kit or a trusty old kit?
New kit.
Race in secret or tell everyone your goals?
God. I've done both of those things so often. Tell everyone your goals.
I like that answer. Okay, so in your elaboration, because you were raring to go for a beginner, Maryland or Lake Placid, you've let your beginners pick
Well, I
Maryland.
let them do it. I don't have control over their life. They do whatever they want. You sign up for something, I will take you there.
That's
You
true.
set the table, I cook dinner.
That's true.
But Cambridge, Maryland sucks. It
Yeah,
sucks.
the
And Lake Placid's great.
Yes.
Like, being in Lake Placid, it's a much better town. It's great.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't even care about the... Flat courses are very, very, very hard.
Mm-hmm.
They're super challenging. It's torque on the pedals constantly. It's the same gear. Your back aches. Flat courses are hard, like, no matter what. The wind can get insane in Maryland. It can be a hurricane in September. But
Jellyfish.
the jellyfish swim is just stupid. It got
Everything is
shortened last
expensive in
year.
Maryland.
Yeah, and Lake Placid is just such a cool place to be. So anytime you choose a first Ironman, go to the place where you want to be with your family.
Yeah, it's great advice.
That's what you choose. They're all hard. Stop trying to find an easy one. They're all hard. And if you're worried about the cutoff time, rewind the video 5 minutes
And give Ben a call.
and try your best.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, Lake Placid is just great. It's great. It's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt no matter where you go. So
I love
go
Lake
somewhere
Placid.
you enjoy.
We go to Lake Placid every year, even when neither of us is racing, because I just love being there. And that experience is so fun. I've never even gone to spectate Maryland because I don't like being in Cambridge.
Yeah, Cambridge is kind of trashy. Eagle Man, fantastic, but also really hard.
Super hard. I wouldn't go watch if I wasn't doing it.
No, Eagle Man's so hard. Ugh.
That's for next time.
Yeah.
Okay, in a new kit or a trusty kit?
New kit. I like the new kit. Don't.
And Ben is Ben brings to a race, how many kits would you say? As options, just to potentially.
3 or 4, probably.
Yeah. I feel like 2 is a sane person
Yeah,
choice.
you want to back up.
4 is bold.
It's bold. And I don't make that decision until race morning, which one I'm wearing.
Yes.
Yeah.
And last year at Lake Placid.
I bought a kit the day before.
Yes. You didn't race in it.
Yeah.
And it was a women's kit.
I'm slim.
It was a big lady. It was made for a big lady.
Too far.
I think it was extra large, right?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I'm not an extra large woman.
Apparently you are.
Yeah, I guess. Anyway.
But yeah, the idea of nothing new on race day.
Who cares? That's such a stupid saying. Guess what? You're gonna chafe.
That's true.
Whether you're in an old kit or a new kit, you're gonna chafe. You're gonna get sunburned. You're gonna be wet. You're gonna be hot. You're gonna be cold. Your shoes are gonna be full of water.
Yes.
It doesn't matter. Just I'm going to wear the kit that is the fastest.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Meaning what's the most aero? What I feel like I can run the best in.
Yeah.
So yeah, if I wear a new kit, I wear a new kit. It probably fits the tightest, and that's what I want.
That is true.
Yeah. Just wear what you want.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the overarching theme to all questions.
Do whatever you want to
Do
do.
whatever you want.
If I was advising somebody I coach, I would say wear the kit that you wore last time because you know it works well.
Yeah, and
you know you like it. But if you didn't like it and you're choosing between 2, wear which one looks cooler.
Yeah, that's true. I always have this fear that a seam is going to rip open.
That's why you don't buy cheap shit, though.
That's true. That's true.
If you buy a nice kit, they're all very high quality.
Yeah, that's true. And then the last question I had asked you was race in secret or tell everyone your goals.
Yeah, you're better off telling people or not tell, you don't have to like announce it to the world because people don't care, but racing in secret isn't going to put you in a mindset for success.
Yeah.
If you think anybody actually cares about your racing outside of like your spouse, your coach, because I really do care about my athletes racing. Like whatever. Like I was happier when Kyle won that race than when I have won races. You know what I mean?
Really? Even more than when you won a race? Because I've never seen you quite so happy as when you won a race. And in fact, I won't tell the story. I got excited for a second, but I won't tell the story.
I was really happy. I think at that point in like my coaching career, it just reaffirmed that like we're doing it right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he PR'd in Maryland. Well, not PR'd because it was his first Ironman, but like he came to me with a goal of 12 hours a week, adjusted it to under 11. He nailed it. Just PR'd in Spain, and then wins a local race. It just affirms that like, hey, you're doing the correct things to people. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even Corey winning 2 races last year, you constantly winning things.
Thanks.
It just affirms that like the work is
correct. It's working. Yeah. It's also working.
Yeah. So yeah, like anyway, I've raced in secret for a long time, but it's better when you tell people.
Yeah.
Or if somebody asks you, you say it. You know what I mean? Like, again, nobody really cares.
Yeah.
So what are you afraid of?
Yeah.
Everyone's gonna see you there anyway.
That's true.
Like you're gonna know somebody there.
Yeah.
So what's it matter?
I think I always have this fear that like if I say I'm going for X time and I don't hit it, that people are gonna be like, oh, you must be so upset you missed your goal. Even if like I'm not upset, you know? Because I've had that when I like tell people at work who don't like know the sport. And if I say, oh, I'm trying to do X at Mont Tremblant or whatever. And they're like, oh, but you missed it. I'm like, but it's like, I'm great.
Yeah. Yeah. But again, like they stop giving a shit about you instantaneously after that conversation. And if you're so narcissistic that like you actually think people care, even people in like even in our like team, everyone, like we care and we celebrate everyone's success. We're empathetic with everyone's whatever, like failures or DNFs or whatever bad things may happen. But like it's a like on Facebook and then everyone's back to their own life. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like,
and again, as long as everyone's trying their best, you just want the best for anybody else. And that's like, we're the people who would be the most invested, and it's still not very
And
invested.
honestly, like, you're not going to be, I mean, outside of you.
I'm not.
Outside of you, nobody is capable of being a professional triathlete. So, like, what do you really matter? You were 1 spot away. You were seconds away from a pro card last year. I know, but like you're capable of it. Yeah. So like if it's your job, then yes, it's something to care about, and race in secret, put it all on the line, whichever you prefer. Yeah. But when you're like an amateur, it's just essentially you should be doing this because it's fun and you like it. Then like tell your team. Everyone's going to, like, help you along.
That's true.
You know what I mean? If you don't tell your team, no one's going to be like, hey, you want to run a ride? Come to this swim practice. No one's going to help you.
That's true. And they won't know, like, what you're actually targeting to even know to be like, oh, you totally got this. I saw that workout you did. Nailing it. That's a good point.
Just don't be delusional about it.
Well, that's difficult.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Is that it? That was the last one.
Those were them.
Yeah. So like if you guys like this format, let us know in the comments, text us, put it on the closed group, write questions in, and we'll happily answer your questions too. Please. We'd like that because like we write these questions. We really don't tell each other what they're going to be, but we're married. Spoiler, we live together. So like it's kind of obvious. We know how people think, how each other think. Caroline lives inside my brain most of the time. So.
Yeah, it's a hive mind.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. See you later.